game, baby. Madden NFL 2003. EA Sports. It's in the game. Madden NFL 2006.
Welcome to the TML Podcast. My name is Sonny Weaver, and I'm here with Mr. Jonathan Fogler of the Atlanta Falcons. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I've heard some trade talk with the Colts. You and him making a underground trade. What are you guys doing?
Well, our hope is he had Andre Johnson on the block, and the Falcons are always about getting better at any position we can. So we made an offer, and right now the offer's maybe can go through as soon as
You kind of broke up there. Can you please repeat what you just said?
Well, we're trying to make a trade right now with Indianapolis Colts, and by the time you guys listen to it, might be old news that Andre Johnson is on the block, and we might be able to pick him up.
Nice trade. And then the Julio trade was a out of nowhere trade. I couldn't believe it. Like, that was the greatest trade, you know. You traded away, yes, you did give away Julio in a first, but you got yourself a star-studded young tight end and Jimmy Graham.
So how it kind of went apart is at the very beginning of this year, I guess, when Jimmy Graham got there, he wasn't playing as well, or he wasn't working out with the system that they were operating. So when they said that they were looking around to get a feel, we made every effort to get that playmaker. And, you know, I think that there were a couple of teams involved. I know for one that the Cowboys were involved in the trade, and I had to actually talk to the general manager of the Cowboys to figure out what we were going to go up to so that we kept bidding each other up. And then once we got that trade approved with Julio Jones, I offered a first-round pick if he would throw in some depth to get us some more depth at certain positions, and it ended up working out well. But the trade that I think the greatest trade that the Falcons were able to work on, which took us numerous efforts, was for us to bring in Antonio Cromartie. So that is a huge upgrade for corner.
I definitely believe so. But I heard some trade talks that were rumored with you in Cleveland. You want to tell us about that?
Well, at the very beginning of the season when Johnny Manziel showed up, we still call him Johnny Football. I'm, of course, loyal to Texas A&M. So we tried to make an offer, but I guess I was outbid with all the first-round offer talk. So we miss him, but we are very happy with having Matt Ryan. We still think he's the best quarterback in the league at this point.
Again, and when people turn 30, they usually do downgrade in how the attributes play, and they do lower their esteem, like where their accuracy is not as strong as they were when they were younger. Do you think any chance of replacing Matt Ryan this year or the next season afterwards?
We're going to be loyal to Matt Ryan as long as Matt Ryan wants to play in Atlanta. He will never be on the trade block. He will be an Atlanta Falcon lifer.
I think that's a fair statement. It's kind of like where Tennessee and Cleveland made a good trade. I think that everybody knew that the Cleveland trade wasn't going to work out, and I guess that's when you had your hopes up on Johnny's when the Cleveland acquired Zach Mettenberger.
Yeah, I was shocked about that trade. I thought that was a good move by Cleveland. Give you some credit.
I mean, yes, we did make a big move, but the bigger move was when Johnny Manziel went on the block, and I don't think anybody knew that Johnny was on the block. I think it was just sort of an underground thing, and I guess you could say, like, how did people know about that trade going on, or?
The first I heard that the trade was official was when I saw it going up for a vote, and I said, oh man, I want to get in on this. I want them to deny the trade, but then it went through. But the Johnny Manziel I don't know about the football player, but I know you're getting a special persona and you're getting jerseys sold. So if you're a team wanting to get some jerseys and make some money, can't think of a better, bigger name other than Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow, you just got Tebowed. Like, it's kind of like Ben Roethlisberger in that Super Bowl game. You just got Tebowed.
Exactly.
I just find it so great that the Atlanta Falcons are making moves. Like, a couple years ago, this team was not in good shape. The coach, I mean, he was not good at all. Mike, he just wasn't that great, well-spoken. He wasn't a great coach, I don't think. Although he did acquire Matt Ryan, but that was more the scouting team that really thought about it in the front office. I think that with you being the new coach or slash GM, I think this is going to work out fine for the team.
Well, we're hoping that that's the case. We got lucky with getting Matt Ryan. I don't think anybody expects when you have a star in Michael Vick to get arrested and then leave and have that downfall. And then, you just got to buckle your bootstraps and go back to work. And that's what Atlanta's all about. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep on going, and hopefully we can hold up, a Super Bowl trophy one of these days.
One more question. What's your record going to be this year?
Well, if you had asked me before last game, I would have told you that we would be, I think that we have the talent to make the playoffs. And then, of course, the Cowboys had a comeback of crazy proportions against us, and the Cowboys are probably one of the better teams out there. We're hoping, because if they're not, our team's going to be in major trouble.
Mm-hmm. So you're thinking 13-2 by midseason, or what are you thinking? What's your record? 7-6?
Overall, I think that we'll probably win 9 or 10 games. They're speaking in reality.
10-6? That's 10 pretty fair.
6.
All right, man. Well, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. That's the TML Podcast, guys. Make sure to air it out. I'm your host, Sonny Weaver.